I'm Russell Eyrig from the Cincinnati Art Museum. With Thanksgiving almost here, I wanted to work on that classic project, the hand turkey. But we're not just going to cheat and trace our hands. No, that would be far too easy. We're going to draw our hands the old-fashioned way. Now, I know drawing hands is one of those things that gives a lot of people problems, and for good reason. Hands are complicated. Hands are constantly changing as they shift positions. Sometimes you can see all 5 fingers, and other times it's just a lumpy mass. So there's no real way to cheat here, but you can make your life simpler by mentally breaking down the hand into simple geometric shapes. You'll see here in my drawing that I start by quickly blocking in those geometric shapes, and it's best to try and get your proportions correct early on before you go on and add more details. One trick that helps me to get proportions right is to focus on the negative space. For some reason, I find it easier to turn that negative space into just abstract shapes that I can draw more accurately, especially in those spaces between the fingers. Then I go in and I begin tidying up those lines and making them more specific to my hands. Next, I work on my value to give a sense of roundness to the hands. So look for those shadows in your hands. Where are the darkest areas? Where are the lightest areas and those shades in between? I will warn you that you can overdraw hands. Hands are full of lines and wrinkles, and it can be tempting to try and capture every single detail, but I try to focus only on the details that actually help me sell the overall form of the hands. I also do a bit of fudging here and there. For instance, my fingers have a few weird angles that you might not question in a photograph, but in a drawing it kind of makes it look like I just messed up. So I do slightly idealize my hands here, but only because I think it helps it read better to the viewer. And now that I have a nice hand drawing, it's time for the final step. A beautiful hand turkey. Happy Thanksgiving!